Hey there YouTube, today we are back to opening up the Great Vaults on multiple characters. So again, like last week, we've got the Restoration Druid, the Brewmaster Monk, the Demonology Warlock, and the Protection Paladin main. Again, we're going to be starting with the lowest key to the highest key. So the lowest key here is my Restoration Druid. I believe the highest key I did on them last week was a 7. So that's pretty good for them, with their item level being 259. Depending on the piece of loot here, I think my further streams are going to be called Pushing Keys on Restoration Druid instead of just gearing them up. Because right now they're at a pretty good place where I can sit down and say, okay, I can do maybe 10s to 15s on them. And then here we got 2 cloaks. Current cloak is 278 and it's Drape of Shame, so I'm probably not going to take either of these. So we're going to take these bracers, going from 236 to 278. They're indestructible and they got haste on them. I think that's a pretty good pick, just because Drape of Shame is really good for healing in general. And on top of that, I can also upgrade that with Valor to at least 294. So I believe that's a better pick, and this is a much bigger upgrade, even if it's just a little bit of a lower item level than my 2 other options here. That's going to be bringing my Restoration Druid from 262. So perfect. That's a really respectable item level there, so I'm definitely happy about that. Next, on to the next character, which is going to be my Brewmaster Monk. We're now on the Brewmaster Monk. The highest key I did on them last week was an 11. They're sitting at 262. I believe this week I'll probably be able to get them to at least a 15. They're actually around the same item level as my Druid. I just want to get there at least 4 set before I start pushing high stuff with them. Looks like the only item we got was some boots, which is a massive upgrade, going from 226 green boots to 294. Obviously, that's a no-brainer because we can't take anything else here. And that increases our item level from 262 to 267. We still have, looks like, 2 more greens that need to replace, a trinket and a chest piece. And then we should really figure out some time to upgrade both my hands and my cloak here. But yeah, it looks like if I can replace, looks like my chest piece, I will be able to create the 4 set. So, yeah, look out for that. We're going on to the next character, which is going to be my Demonology Warlock. Onto the Demonology Warlock. The highest level key I did on this character was a 15. So hopefully we get something good. I'm already sitting at 278. Really decent item level for this character. Looks like we have 304 boots, which would be a massive upgrade compared to 298 pants. The boots are just a much bigger upgrade in general, just for primary stats. So we're definitely going to take that, especially since this can be, the pants I have on now can be upgraded still. And this is max level for Mythic Plus, so that's a pretty beefy upgrade, because that's from Season 1. I still got to replace this trinket somehow and upgrade my chest piece in the future here. But that brings my Warlock from 278 to 281. That is massive. I've been playing my Warlock so much, like, without even knowing. I'm sitting at 1600 IO with them. I didn't realize, like, how many keys I've been doing on them and how much I've been enjoying them, that I got them to 281 without even knowing. I definitely got to make an effort to upgrade this to 230, at least 291, since that's going to be, it's much cheaper to do 291 than not. But, yeah. That is my Warlock. I'm feeling pretty comfortable with them still. Gonna get some more gear with them here in the future. Anyway, next on to the main character. And the main character is going to be the Protection Paladin, Retribution Paladin, Holy Paladin, the Paladin. And here we are on the Protection Paladin. Just like last week, the main is going to be our thumbnail. We're gonna just kind of stand up here. We'll stand right here. Like right in front of everyone, in front of the vault. We'll stand right here and we'll take a good picture. And that will be our thumbnail. Let's see here. Alright, that looks good to me. I am going to be going into ret spec. I'm going to see if I can get myself a 304 weapon. The highest key I did on my Paladin last week, I believe, was a 20. So we're going to see what we get here for Retribution. A 304 weapon would be superb, or even Jailer's Mace, which we didn't. What did we get here? We've got a 304 ring, overclocking bit ban. That's a shame, because I don't think I have the other side of that ring. No, I don't. I only have 2 of the Then rings. Here's a 304 belt, which Unity's on that, so that's just going to be a dead one. And here we have 304 legs. That seems to be the best for both specs. And again, we've got a 291 neck, but I've got the Azurite heart, so we're not going to take that. And this ring is just not as good as this ring. And the shoulders, I think I have 304 shoulders in my ret spec for my single target at least. Yeah, so that's not going to be an upgrade either. I think my best bet in this situation here is going to be bringing the Quantum Leapers, sorry, and then upgrading the tier, and that'll be a pretty big tier upgrade for all 3 of my specs. So yeah, I think that's gonna be my best. Maybe if I maybe had the other half of this, I would probably grab the overclocking bit ban. But since I don't, I think this is just gonna be a more worthwhile pick right here, and I don't really have many 304 pieces on my Paladin as we speak right now anyway, so that's gonna be really good. Alright, that brings my Paladin from 296. Probably not a massive upgrade, but bring me to still 296. Looks like I'm 298 somehow. I think that's probably because of these shoulders here, a higher item level. Yeah, so that's probably why it's bringing me that high. Anyway, that is my keys. I am gonna upgrade this to my tier set before I jump into like a 20 or something like that with only my 2 set on. Upgrade that to a 4 set. I'm gonna do that right now. But thanks for watching. I will see you guys probably tonight. If you're going to catch into the stream, I'll probably more likely not be doing keys on my Paladin again. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a good one.